What's going on, YouTube? Clanky's back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius news update, and this time it's going to be a little bit choppy. They literally yanked the raid update off of the updates when I stayed up till like 4 in the morning to try to do this video, and I saw it on there. I was like, oh, cool, let's go to the video, and they yanked it off. So I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do about this, but thankfully I'll be able to show you guys it because somebody on Reddit sneakily already captured everything, so we're going to be able to look at it there. But first, let's talk about the Dreadnought just came back. The Dreadnought is back. It's been back for a little bit here, and the biggest reason to do it is that Gigantax. I know a lot of you guys have been missing out on it. HP 15%. Make sure you guys get in there and get that. And then we have maintenance going on. It's going on tonight and tomorrow morning, or depending where you live and your time zone when that's going to be. But we're going to be able to get that sweet data mining off of Reddit, because that's what we're going to need, because we do have some global exclusive units hitting this banner in A2 and EVE. So if you guys think about it, when this banner first hit Japan, it was very great. We have great units, great TMs, everything was looking good. And then they're kind of flooding it down with another 5-star base and another 4-star base, reducing our chances of getting these units even more. So I don't know how you feel about that. I'm not sure if you're a huge Nier fan, you're probably happy about getting global exclusives, but it reduced the chance of getting any of these units at all by adding more onto them. So that kind of sucks. But we'll go over them each here. We have A2, a new global ally joins the fray. You know, Trust Mastery is Beast Lord, attack 125, defense 20, enable Beast Roy, deal damage to all enemies. So this is a fantastic TM. It's going to take place of Save the Queen you may have gotten from all those Agarists you farmed before, and being a non-elemental greatsword, being that high of attack and giving you a little bit of defense on top, very, very powerful. I don't know how big of a damage dealing hit that is from Beast Roar, but it could be useful with people who don't have AoE hitting abilities. But overall, we don't know much about A2. I know in the Final Fantasy Brave Exvius official YouTube, which we'll be referring to a lot, you guys should check the link in the description below if you want to check that out. They talked about her being able to blow up an ally in order to help herself do more, I do believe. So that's something she could do. She gets innate dual wield, which is amazing, and so does 2B down here. And then her other abilities here don't really give us enough information to tell you if A2 is really good. We're going to have to wait for the data mine. We're going to have to wait for the numbers, the passives, everything like that before I give my judgment on this. So we're going to have to wait for the banner review, guys. Moving on to 2B, I know quite a bit about 2B, and she is amazing. She's a 5-star base going up to 6-star, just like A2 was up there. She has Light Covenant as her TM. It is a attack 130 katana, MP 20%. Ah, yeah, it's the best katana in the game. You guys definitely want to get your hands on this if you end up pulling 2B. So what makes 2B so great? Featured abilities, dual wield. So she gets dual wield just like A2 does, which is great because it unlocks a materia slot or an accessory slot for you. And if you don't have dual wield, boom, there it is. And she also has this ability called Avoid. A caster can dodge 2 physical attacks and chance of countering when receiving a physical attack. So it puts a counter on her and the chance to just dodge the physical attacks. And it enables Avoid attack for 1 turn. And Avoid attack is a very strong hitting ability. She can chain, she can finish. I do believe I've heard she's best at finishing. She has an amazing limit burst. She can also self-destruct and deal like almost all of her health to herself and almost die and do a lot of AoE damage, which is pretty cool. Overall, 2B is a very, very cool unit. There's very things about her that make her very unique. She has an ability where, like, most of her abilities work better after using another ability. So it's similar to, like, Advance with Lunith, where you use Advance and then you can do a stronger ability after that. 2B works a lot like that. If you guys are having problems with the robot trial, she has a 100% Machine Killer to get in there and help you with that, so you can just stack Machine Killer on her and do a lot of damage. I've heard of a lot of 2B builds being able to, like, two 2Bs being able to one-shot the trial. I don't know if that's true, but I've heard about it. 2B is very, very powerful, okay? Now, she hasn't got her enhancements yet, so that could be something really good, too, for her, but very, very powerful unit. You'll be happy about her. EVE. Now, this is the global ally, the new ally global exclusive that I'm most angry about, okay? We don't need another 4-star on the banner. If you're going to give us 1, it's going to be a 5-star. I can live with it. Why did you have to put 2 on here? So EVE's here to stay. Physical damage dealer, resentment, like most of us have for this banner right now because of what they did to it. Boost HP by 20% in defense when HP falls below a certain point. Just straight not good. It's not good. It just takes the place of you being able to get a 9S with his amazing TM. Just not the greatest. I made a joke about Roundhouse Kick, about how he's the Chuck Norris of FFBE, but scratch that. He's going to be the bane of your existence probably, unless he's a really strong attacker. We didn't know about it when we get these stuff coming in, so I can't give much of anything else on EVE, except for the fact that his TM sucks, in my opinion, and unless he's really strong, he really shouldn't have been here. Should have been on the raid, in my opinion. You know, Adam and Eve should have been together on the raid summons, which we'll talk about later, because you are going to be able to get units on the raid summon, which is pretty cool. And then we have 9S. And 9S is actually a pretty damn good unit, along with having one of the best TMs in the game. Let's talk about that TM real quick. He's also a debuffer, by the way. Pod 1530. You're going to get some defensive spirit, but it enables 4 abilities, and they're all really good. Actually, one's not that great. Never mind. We got scanner's not that great. 8120 repair, regenerate HP for all allies over time. So it's going to be able to, whoever you put this on, going to be able to put a pretty good HP recovery on everybody for a few turns, which is awesome. You want that. And then we have scanner, boost drop rate of items from enemies. So it's going to be like the Zon, the lock thing. Like when the Japanese developers apparently describe these abilities, they say it's like taking a luck charm with you when you go fight. They don't really tell us how these work, but it could help you maybe when you're going after those ability enhancement materials. We have P shield, reduce physical damage taken for all allies for 2 turns. And that is a 40%. A 40% damage mitigation whenever you want on command. We're talking about 20% being good, 30% being good. Now you got 40% in here. And then also to round out everything, we get Mirage, damage all enemies. And this may not seem that great, but this is an I'm pretty sure this is an 8-hit chaining 3 times move that you can use. You can throw this. If you get 2 of them, you throw 1 pot on one unit, another pot on another unit, and they become physical damage dealers. You can do a lot of damage and chain it up. Very, very powerful. This TM is awesome. You want to get at least 1 9S, possibly 2, so you can do the chaining up. I want my hands on 1, but probably Eve's going to pop up over and over and over again, and you're going to have resentment for it. It's going to suck. But let's talk about what 9S can do. He has the ability to reduce attack and defense for one enemy, reduce the magic and spirit from one enemy, and then he can put, he has some damage mitigation he can put on everyone. His breaks are actually pretty damn strong, and he is a very strong unit. I think he can also reduce elements on the enemy, a certain array of elements. He can do that too. So 9S is definitely not just a TM monkey. You're going to be able to use him in fights. He's going to be pretty powerful for you if you don't have a really strong breaker. Now let's move on to the 3-star base going to 5-star 90210, as I like to call her. She is a buffer. She has a great TM also in Mechanical Heart. Not only is she boosting your HP and spirit by 50% when you put this material in someone, it has a chance of restoring your own HP when receiving physical or magic attacks. And that is 30% physical, 30% magic. You have a chance of doing this. I think it's an 800 heal. If you put this on a tank who is covering everybody like Warrior of Light or Veritas of the Earth, they are going to heal a lot. They have a lot of chances to proc this. It can proc multiple times. And not only that, they're getting a lot of spirit and HP along with it. A very powerful TM. I think it would be great on those 2 tanks I talked about. It could also go on to maybe some support units if they do get hit to heal himself back up to make sure they stay alive. Now, talking about 210 as an actual unit, she could boost attack and magic by 80% on one ally. She could boost defense and spirit by 80% on one ally. But that's only to one ally, so that kind of sucks. She's also got her 5-star stats here. It makes her a little bit weak. And I think she can also boost all stats by a little amount. I think it's like 40% if you need that. So that's pretty good, too. I mean, she's a great booster if you don't have a booster on your team. You know, it's pretty awesome. One of the things I do want to point out down here is these units will be added to the EX and 10+1 summons without any increase in drop rates, limited time only. So this right here finally clarifies all those support tickets saying they won't be there, all the support tickets saying they will. I finally got a tweet that said they will from the official Final Fantasy Brave Exvius Twitter. They will be there, guys. So when you go to do this 10+1 pull you get on the 14th for all your daily logins, if you use it when Nier Automata is still in the banner until the 25th, you have a chance of getting these. They are very, very low chance, though, because it's a rare summon. Essentially, everybody's in there, but they could pop out for you. Same with EX tickets. But overall, is this banner awesome? Yeah, I think it's still awesome. I'm not going to be doing as many pulls as I was doing. Also, guys, to talk about my pulls, I am changing my pull time on Fridays to 2 p.m. EDT. That way, we can try to get more people in there from overseas, along with some of the people, you know, over on NA. I know it's kind of early for our NA viewers, but it's going to work out better for me personally, so it's where I'm going to go back to. I used to do it at 2 p.m. anyway, so just be aware of that. Now, am I going to ham on this banner? Not so much. I'm going to do like 3 to maybe 4 11 pulls, and I'm going to use all my tickets, but I'm not going hard on the money because I'm just sick of these multiple 2 5-star banners coming out. That's 3 in a row. It's actually, in my opinion, a spit in the face of the Wells, the people who have been supporting you and really just summon every banner to get all the units, and now you're just really pulling the money out of them, squeezing it out. I don't know why there couldn't be 2 banners, maybe one with 2B, 9S, 210, next week have A2, Eve, and somebody else. But overall, I'm really upset about that. So I'm not going too hard. Not to say you guys can't, but your chances are lower, and I've experienced it. It's rough. So moving on, now we're going to go ahead and go into the raid portion of the news that got taken away, but I do have it up so we can look at that right now. So like I was saying, guys, this is the raid information. Somebody on Reddit snapped that picture real quick, that snapshot, so we can go over it right now. It was in the news. I'm assuming it's going to be coming back in the news tomorrow, sometime tonight, after maintenance. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius cross Nier Automata. That's right. It's the time for Nier Automata to be here. So what is Nier Automata bringing to us? A King Bog event? Nah, it's a raid, and I love raids. We can see here we're going to be able to go in there, fight machines, fight fight bosses from Nier Automata. And I've never played the game, but the game looks fantastic. It kind of reminds me of Devil May Cry in a way. I don't know if you guys have ever played those games. It kind of like Dark Souls-y. I've heard people, if you put it on really hard difficulty, you just die all the time, which is awesome because that means it's a challenge. You can see here we can get some raid coins, get some individual rewards like always, get some, you can get some event limited equipment, which is cool. It's down here. And you can also get this guy right here. I do believe this is Adam, and we'll see in a minute that his TM is actually pretty good, so we're going to farm a bunch of them and get a bunch of those TMs. Let's talk about these event exclusive equipment right here. We have Dark Covenants. It's a katana, 105, very strong. It's not as strong as the Genji Blade or the 2B katana, but it's there to help you out, supplement you if you don't get 2B and you need another katana, you can get this. Also, it gives you Dark Covenant. Boost attack, defense, magic, and spirit when HP falls below a certain point. That's going to be great for you guys who are out there using the Graviga strategy on your own team when you have Veritas on your own team to proc their hidden passives, so that's going to be great for you. Ancient Overlord isn't that exciting for me. It's going to give you critical boost hit up, and that's just like, I think it's a flat multiplier to your damage. Maybe they'll rework crit where it's like some kind of RNG chance. I'm unsure. I think that's how it works. You guys can let me know in the chat below. I think it's just like a something like that. And then you have attack 62, just a sword, nothing too special there. We'll move on to Emil's head. And Emil is creepy, but at the same time, kind of cute. It is a helm, so it's like it's the heavy armor when it comes to hats. Defense plus 30, magic plus 15, so pretty damn good. Also, it just looks awesome. If you don't want to miss out on getting this in your inventory, so you definitely want to craft it. We also have Dragoon Lance, Type 3 Fist, Iron Will, Heavy Armor B, and we're going to go over all these when I go over, like, I'm going to show you guys me beating the raid, I think, in a video just for fun, because this is definitely a really cool looking raid. And once I craft them all, we'll go over them and see how good they actually are. Moving on down, you can see it works just like a normal raid. We're going to get in there, use our raid points, fight bosses, get coins, and then spend them in the coin gacha where we can get various rewards. And you can see we have a raid summon, and it's going to give us Adam. And as you can see here, Adam is a 4-star base going up to 5-star. He has some abilities down here we're not going to go over too much. The most big thing for me about Adam is this Vengeful Wrath, which is like, you know, just like the Final Fantasy 14 people. You can just get a bunch of them in the Mog and just feed them into each other and get as many TMs as you want as long as you're farming enough. Vengeful Wrath. Boost HP about 20% and attack when HP falls below a certain point. So what I'm hoping here is the HP about 20% is on its own. And the attack is the part that goes up when HP falls below a certain point. Because sadly, if it's not, then it's just not that great for me. I don't want to be. I'd rather just put an HP 15% and HP 30% on there. But if the boost HP about 20% is alone, because it seems like it is, and attack when HP falls below a certain point, I don't know. It's kind of weird wording. We're going to have to see how that works. Probably your JP people out there are going to know. I personally don't know. But if it does work the way I'm hoping with the HP 20% alone, maybe not, because I didn't just write it alone, then it's going to be awesome. If not, I don't really know how many I'm going to farm, and maybe a couple just in case. But overall, very cool. I mean, the unit looks awesome, and I really wish Adam and Eve were on this raid banner right here on its own. So yeah, I'll have a video out fighting the boss, and we're going to see how it works out when that does come. So yeah, let's move on to the news that the Final Fantasy Brave Exvius official YouTube had, and we'll go over that. Some of the news we got from the Final Fantasy Brave Exvius official YouTube channel were the ability awakenings for this month. So that's why you definitely should be checking that channel out. But here you can see we have Aiden, you know, and the thing about Aiden, look at him here. That does not look like his 5-star form, does it? I'm going to put his 5-star form up there for you guys to see right now. That looks like maybe a 6-star upgrade is coming out in his future for him. And on top of that, that also looks like he could possibly be getting really good enhancements. As it says, ability enhancements. Is he going to be good, Gumi? Are you going to make him good? I don't know, Square Enix. Let me know. But the people that are getting an awakening here are, you see them here. The ones I think that are worth it, we don't know about Aiden yet, so he could be worth it, are Randy, and not pictured here are Marie. They talk about Marie getting her ability awakenings. Marie's ability awakenings are phenomenal. Definitely do it. Definitely use her if you have her. She's going to be very useful here in a minute when we talk about this new global exclusive trial we're going to be getting into. And Randy could be a very decent finisher when he gets to use his killer abilities. And for everybody out there that has Randy, I don't. You guys can get in there and use him if you want to, awaken his abilities and things like that. So the ones I would say are Marie, Randy, and possibly Aiden if they are good. If you guys want to know what's going on with Ramza, they actually answered that in the Q&A. They brought it up. It's been asked several times. They kind of laughed it off, because it is funny at this point. It's like a meme. It's like, where are they? It's like the Warrior of Light meme all over again. They said they talked to the developers, it's in the works, but it's coming later on. They didn't say soon, they didn't say this month, they didn't say next month. They said it's just coming. So what I think they're doing is, again, they're shaping the meta in global to be a little different than JP, making it, without having that 100% boost to everybody. I know not everybody has Ramza, that's really strong for the people that do. It's kind of rough. So it's coming to you guys eventually. It's not coming, but we don't know when it's coming. And next up, we're going to talk about the global exclusive trial coming this month. A global exclusive trials. Get me Randy, baby. It's the Marlboro. And a lot of people out there were wanting to fight Marlboros. They're like, where are the Marlboros? Where are the Tonberries? These are mainstay enemies in the Final Fantasy universe. I want to fight them. Well, here's your chance to get a hold of one right now. It shows that they are a plant and a demon type. So we have different ways. We have plant killer. We can get demon killer. And they're also on different espers to stack that up to do maximum damage. And also you want to prepare for status elements. That's why I was talking about Marie being really good. Dark Veritas just came out. And he has an AoE like resist to a lot of elements. And on top of that, you guys could be getting your Tillith, Kefka, you know, I think it's 7 has one too that makes you resist to a lot of status elements there. You guys can get those ready. Overall though, I'm really excited to take on this Marlboro. They didn't give us much information on it. They just gave us this teaser picture and talked about it for a bit. We can see in this teaser picture though, it looks like there's 2 little baby Marlboros beside him. So maybe it's going to be you know, little minions and the big baddie we're going to have to take on. Just know that Marlboros do throw up on you. They do mad damage. They like to leave you feeling icky, stinky, and nasty, and having a lot of status elements, so that's what you guys want to be on the lookout for that, boss. So that's the news in a nutshell for this week, guys. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you're most excited about, or if you're pulling on this, like, 3rd in a row double 5-star banner. I mean, I guess you have to because they're limited if you really want them. And then subscribe for future content. We'll catch you guys in the next video.